Hi boys and girls, so today we are looking at food chains and our main objective is to investigate what birds eat. So before we start, I would like to ask you, what do you understand by the word food chain? What do you understand by the word food chain? Okay, so as far as you know, we have learned about food chain. So food chain is a way to show how each living thing gets its energy, okay? And with that, we have to know that food is a basic need and all animals need to get energy to live and grow. Okay, so therefore, a food chain is a way each living things get its energy. So food chains begins with plants. Okay, plants use energy from some animals eat plants and some eat other animals to get energy. So like what we learned earlier, we learned that there are animals that feed on animals alone, and these animals that feeds on animals alone are known as carnivores. Those animals that feeds on plants are known as herbivores, whereas the animals that feeds on plants, both plants and animals, are known as omnivores. Okay. So here we are going to look at, here is a food chain from a rainforest. So the arrows shows where the energy is, and that's what we are going to look at. So before we continue, I would like you to know that plants get their energy from the sun. Plants get their energy from the sun, okay? So that's why you can see the plants are green, okay? They maintain the green coloring matter because they use their leaves to make their own food and they get the energy from the sun. So now here we have food chain from a rainforest, and this arrows shows where the energy goes to. So from the plant, the energy moves to the animal, and then the energy moves to the other animal. So you can see this is a green rainforest plant. You have to know the reason why they've given us a space over there. You can see it gets the light from the sun, okay? So from that light it gets from the sun, the plant is able to get the energy from that light and make its own food. So the agouti will eat the plant, okay? So this arrow shows that the agouti eats the plant. And then this arrow pointing at jaguar shows that the jaguar eats the agouti. And jaguar is a carnivore because it feeds on meat alone, okay? So in this food chain here, you can see we start again with the producer, which is the plant, okay? The plant, like this is the maize, and then the arrow points at the rat. So the rat feeds on the maize, and then the owl feeds on the rat, okay? And then we have this other one here. We can see this is a carrot. A carrot is a plant. So the rabbit feeds on the carrot, and then feeds on the rabbit. Then the last one is the lion that feeds on the wolf, okay? And then here we have the grass. So you can see again the grasshopper feeds on the grass. So the arrow points at the animal that feeds on the other, okay? So you can see this grasshopper feeds on the grass. So the arrow points at where the energy goes to. So the energy flows to the rabbit, to the grasshopper, then the energy flows to the frog. So which means the frog feeds on the grasshopper. And then the energy flows to the snake, okay, cobra. So which means this snake feeds on the frog. Then again the energy flows on this bird, okay. So that's how the energy flows, and this is how food chain looks like. When you're asked to draw your own food chain, now you are able to draw as you indicate where the energy flows to. Okay, so we are going to try out this food chain, simple food chain over here. We want to see if we've understood and we know what really are we supposed to start with as we flow like that. Okay, so the main question is drag the items to model a simple food chain. So where do we put the the goat. Where do we put the goat? Do we put it at the beginning or in the middle or at the end? Okay, so the goat will come here at the center. And then, so what does the goat feed on? What does the goat feed on? Okay, does the grass feed on goat or the goat feeds on the grass? So the goat feeds on the grass, which means we will put the grass here, okay? So the energy flows from the grass to the goat and then from the goat to so the man feeds on the man feeds on the goat, like that. Remember, a man is an omnivore. A man feeds on both plants and animals. So this is a simple food chain that shows the flow of energy from the grass to the goat, then from the goat to a man. Okay? Let's try this. We have this one as well. Let's try it and see. So where do we put the banana? Do we put the banana at the center or in the beginning or at the end? Where do we put the banana? Okay, so when you're writing your food chain, where do you put the banana? Where do you think the banana came from? Okay, so let's see. We can put the banana here. Okay, good. So we say that in our food chain, we have to begin with the plant first. Okay, so we know very well that jaguar is a carnivore. So does it feed on plants? Does it feed on plants? Do we put it next or we put it the last one? Okay, so we are going to put it here because jaguar feeds on animals, okay, alone. And then now we have this monkey chimpanzee over here. So the chimpanzee feeds on plants, so we will put it there. So now you can see the flow of energy from the banana, which is a plant, to the chimpanzee, then to the jaguar, like that, okay? So as we all know, we can also try this. As we all know, food chain begins from plants. Food chain begins from plants. So where do we put the slug? Do we put the slug in the beginning or in the middle or at the end? Okay, so we are going to put the slug here. Okay, and then what does the slug eat? What does the slug eat? The slug eats a plant, so we will put the plant here. So there's a flow of energy from the plant to the slug. Okay, and then now our question is, what does this bird eat? What does this bird eat? What sort of food do you think birds eat? Okay, so now we have this song thrush. We will put the song thrush here, meaning that the song thrush eats the slug. Okay, so because of this food chain, now we are now able to go to our next topic, which we are going to investigate what birds eat. So our main question is, what do birds eat? What do birds eat? What you have to understand is that different birds have different diets, okay? Different birds have different diets. Some eat worms and insects, some eat fruits and seeds, and others eat both, okay? Some even eat smaller birds and other animals, okay? So now that is what you're going to investigate. You are going to go to your garden. If you have a pet with you, go to the garden, okay? You can even take some cereals if you have them at home, okay, and then you throw them outside so that you can see which bird, okay, if in case there's a bird, there are birds around, if there's a bird around, you will see if the birds are able to eat, feed on the plants, or they're going to dig in your garden and check if they are able to get some of the slugs or worms in the garden. So with that, you're able to know that there are some birds that feeds on fruits and seeds, or there are birds that feeds on worms and insects, okay, or there are birds that feeds on both. For example, a hen is a bird, okay. What does the hen feed on? So you can be able to draw your food chain, okay, using a hen. So draw your food chain using a hen. Begin with a plant, okay, then after a plant you will draw something in the middle, then the last one you should end with a bird, like a hen. So what does the hen feed on? Okay, so now let's continue. So that is an assignment for you. I would like to see you posting your work. Okay, so now let's continue. So now here we have this bird over here. This is a falcon, okay? And we have a house sparrow. So the question is, which bird might eat the other bird? Which bird might eat the other bird? So this one also is another assignment for you. You will draw a plant. After drawing a plant, draw a bird that eats a plant out of these two, then end with a bird that eats another bird. Okay, so that's it for today, and have a nice day. Bye bye.